Pecku bedne naplno, tak nech to hraje kulo. Môj tok numero uno, kedy ťa prevádzuje ako sumo. Není som kulo, ale mudar do Mulano stylo. Sužer ma vychutnáme ako gyros. Na dobré veci bracho, ja mám určite do prínos. Som vači kráľek minus, Mulano stylo, to je čistý prínos. Jebal som 20 piča Karolčino, charizmu varču.
Yo, what's up guys, this is Bad 3D Tutorials, and today we'll be looking at how to texture. We're looking to bitmap and images texturing in 3D Studio Max. Okay, first of all, when you open up your screen, press Alt and W to maximize any of the windows. I'm just going to click on the one in the bottom, which is perspective, which is in 3D. Just click Alt and hold Alt and press W so we can just view it in big. Great. And I'm just going to move around and simply draw a box which will represent a house, a block of flats actually. There we go, and that's finished. No, I'm just kidding. And basically we've got to apply the textures to it now. So just to show you guys that I'm doing this as I go along, okay, I'm gonna look at Google. I'm gonna go to Google Images and I'm gonna get a block of I'm gonna say texture of flats. Okay, now that wasn't really good, so let's try house texture. I spelled that wrong. Great. Now see this, that looks reasonable, so let's just go for this one. Alright, and let's just copy the image. Now I wanna half this, so I'm just gonna, because I don't want to go too advanced on this, I'm just gonna open up Paint. I'm just gonna paste this image in here. I'm just gonna half it somewhere around here. Now I've done that wrong. Okay, I'm just gonna move this image to the end. The reason I've done that wrong is because I want the wall at the end. I want the wall to be there, so we've got some type of edging. Okay, that could be left as it is for now. Simple texturing. So there's the first texture, which is just the building. Okay, great. So I'm just going to go File, Save As. I'm just going to call this save it on my desktop with all the other images, and I'm just going to call it Building 1. Okay. Now you can get these files in the link below. So you can get these files in the link below this video. There's a link in the more info to get these files that I'm using right now, so you can just simply get these files and use them and follow the tutorial. Now for the side, okay, you should see another one like this. This is going to be side of the wall, so I'm just going to call it Building 1 Sides. Okay, there we go. Now this is the building, right? Great. Now I want to apply the textures to it. So simply, I click on this 3D box, right click on it, click on Convert to an Editable Poly, and we get Editable Poly section come up, which we can then select different faces. Okay. For this sake, we're gonna select the first face on the front. Okay. First of all, we select the whole of the model. Click M and apply any material to it. So this material up here, any material, so when you render it, it just comes up in any material like that. Okay, done. Now we click M again, go to the second part, and what we're going to do is we're actually going to put in the bitmap image onto the diffuse overlay right here and drop it in this little box. So we click on this little box right here next to diffuse, and we go up here and type in bit, and then we open up bitmap. And if we go to the desktop, we should see the building. Okay, all formats, we should see the building 1. Now this is the front of the building right here. So if we take that and drag it on all the model, you won't see anything. The reason for that is you need to click the show standard map. Once you click on that, you can see that the texture has been applied to the model. This is show and hide the textures. So you can see that looks pretty good. So let's press Ctrl and Q just to render that. There's a simple house texture of the building, right? Now the problem is we want to add the wall sections to the sides, so we don't want windows on this side, on that side, and then we can fix the top as well near the end. For this sake, what we need to do, reapply that texture back. We need to select just one face using the selection tool. Select one of the faces, make it selectable with red. Select the texture. I'm simply clicking and dragging it over the top, so I click on it, hold the mouse key down, drop it, and as you can see up here it says box 1 where it appears. That's what I'm applying it to. I just drop it. Because I had that one face selected, it's only added it to the actual faces that I've selected. So now if I click on test render, you can see that the sides are still empty, but the front has got the house on it. Now if we're gonna go in and we're gonna add the sides like I did, go down here again, simple, click on diffuse, right on the material, okay, type in bitmap again, and this time we're gonna load up the building sides. Now I made this so it should fit with the sides. Don't forget, click on it. You can select all of the sides like that. To select all of them, you simply click on it, hold control and right click on another one. Then I just move around, like you know how to move around in 3D Max hopefully. If you don't, check out some other tutorials. And once you move around the back again, we hold down control and left mouse key, sorry, not right, left mouse key to select. If you want to deselect, just hold alt and left mouse key, but for this case we're just going to select all three of them because this is the side of the wall, and we're going to take this, clicking on show, take that and drag it on all of the sides. So now what I've done is I build a simple texture of the house around like this, as you can see. Okay, now the top, we would have to take the same texture on here and put it on the top. In this case, what I could do is I could go back to paint and I could be a bit cheesy here, and I could just take this. Okay, in real scenario you wouldn't do this, but I'm just going to take the top layer like that, file, save as, and top. Only reason I'm doing this is because it matches the color. Alright, I'm going to go back to 3D Studio Max and I'm simply going to go in again on the diffuse map, and I'm going to go and type in bitmap again, and this time I'm going to load up the top, show the texture again. I'm going to select the top and drag the top on there. So right now if I add the floor just for testing purposes like that, okay, this is the concrete, whatever you want to call it, the floor, and I add in a standard, I'm just going to go to the lights, okay, standard lights. I'm just going to add in one skylight, and on this skylight I'm just going to set the multiplier to 0.01, and I'm just going to do a quick test render, bit dark, so I'm just going to set this to this skylight. I'm just going to set this skylight right here. You can put this anywhere, by the way. I'm just going to set it to 0.1. Test render. It's still a bit too dark, so I'm just going to set the skylight. Let's just try 1. Alright, now that looks pretty reasonable, so I'm just going to zoom in and give you a quick test render of how this building looks. I'm going to go to customize, render setup. I'm just going to click on costume, whatever you call it, 800 by 600, and I'm just going to click render. As you can see, it looks pretty good. If we test the building, okay, if I just take the render frame window, and I just click on this, click clone, I'm just going to save that, put that down. Basically I'm just going to go to this side now and click render from this side, let's say from this side. It may look a bit funny because of the graphics in the actual, no, it looks fine. Okay, we can see that if we look at the clone, okay, and we look at this one, we can see that it looks alright from both angles and doesn't look bad at all. And this could be a perfect game texture for 3D games or anything you want to model. A simple texture. This is simple way of texturing in 3D Studio Max, guys. Sorry, I'm burping. I just had a pizza. But hope you enjoyed this tutorial on how to do simple texturing in 3D Studio Max. We're going to be looking more deeper into texturing using modifier called UV unwrap. And once we get into UV unwrapping, basically what we'll do is we'll take the UVs and stuff and do loads of crazy things, but I'll teach you that later on. But so far this is how to basically do basic texturing. Now I'm just going to demonstrate how you can't texture using this technique. So I'm just going to go File, New, No, and imagine we do a box again, right? Okay, and in here I'm just going to type in 2000. I'm just going to Control C and then just Control A. I'm just going to select that, Control V, so it's equal on all sides. It's 2000. I'm just going to click on a box, set this to be 0, 0, 0, dead in the middle. Okay, you can see that this is equal size square, as you can see. And right now what I want to do, okay, is I've got a texture which is basically a cube, and I'm going to show you this texture right now. Sorry, not cube, a dice. Now this dice texture, we want to apply this dice texture to the dice right here. The only problem is, once we take that dice texture, we apply it to the texture, we realize it doesn't spread throughout the faces like we want it to. Well, that's pretty catchy, isn't it? We need to UV unwrap that. There's no way you can get this texture on there unless you're some really messed up genius in 3D Studio Max and you know other ways around of doing it. But I'm going to tell you the easiest way of doing it, and this is what people really do try doing, is they go into the modifier, they go in UV mapping, and then they go on box faces. They try to UV map the texture by faces, and then they like go down and they think, let me try a box, and they're like, well, this box has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides, so 2000 times 6 is 12,000, so we type in 12,000. Okay, we copy that, we put the same thing down, 12,000, 12,000. Oh, whoa, wait, we've got 1 on all of the sides. Why hasn't all the numbers spread out equally when I typed in 12,000 because I wanted it to spread out? Well, the problem is, guys, you can't do it like this. The reason is you need to UV unwrap it. So in the next tutorial coming up, check out UV unwrapping, texture UV unwrapping in 3D Studio Max, where I'll show you how to UV unwrap a dice and texture it using Photoshop. Alright guys, this is doing 3D tutorials with Pav, okay? Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this tutorial, and hopefully I'll see you next tutorial. Peace out guys, and take care.
Minus, mulano, stylos, to je čistý prínos. Jebal som 20 piča, Karolčino, charizmu a